Welcome to the Big and Little Crochet blog, and this is hexagon number 9, the blue ring, and we've got this lovely river cotton to work with today, accompanied by a little bit of the sky blue towards the end that's left over from another issue. And to start off, we're going to make a slip knot and a chain of 12, which is quite a lot for that's why it's called the blue ring, because it's quite a big ring to start off with. So we start off two, and if you're anything like me and you lose count, you can count up the V shapes. It's easier to count on this side than it is if you look at the back. It's a bit confusing, but if you look at the V shapes at the front, you can count your chains. So we need 12, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you don't count that loop at the end, the one that your hook was on. So when you've got 12, we're going to join into a ring by going into the first chain and pulling the yarn through. That's a slip stitch. And then, so we're going to be working trebles. So I'm going to start off with a 3 chain for a standing chain for a treble, but then we need a 2 chain gap in between each one. So I'm going to add another 2 chain on there. It's always easier if you understand why these things are happening. And then into the next chain, we're going to do another treble. And then 2 chain and another treble into the next stitch. 1, 2, and then another. Trying to go under 2 bars if you can. That's a bit of a mantra, isn't it? So you'll see if you only manage to get under 1 that it can pull out of shape a little. So keep doing that all the way around until you've got a wheel like this with 12 spokes. So at the end of that first round, you've got 12 spokes to your wheel, and then we're going to count up to the 3rd chain, 1, 2, 3, and do a slip stitch into there. And oh, now hang on a minute, this is spot the deliberate mistake. We needed to have a 2 chain gap there, so 2 chain and then join with a slip stitch, otherwise you don't get the gap, and you need that for the next round. So we're going to do trebles again, and each of these gaps is going to have 3 trebles in. So we start off with a 3 chain and then 2 trebles more into that space, and then 3 trebles into the one next to it. And then we're going to do a gap for the corner. So we do a 2 chain gap before we do 3 trebles again. So 3 trebles in 2 spaces and then a 2 chain. Oh, this is my wools following me, look like. Come along. Right, keep doing that all the way around. So at the end of that round, we're going to join with a slip stitch. So I've done 2 chain here, and this is the first 3 chain that we did, and we go into the top of that. And the next round is trebles again, but we're going to go into the stitches this time here. So we start off again with a 3 chain, and then 1 which will be in that corner space, but we're going to do 1 treble into each of these stitches along here, and you should have 6 for your 6 stitches. And so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, that'll have to be the first one there. So And when you get to this corner space, that was the 2 chains from the row below, we're going to do a treble into there, and then a 2 chain, and another treble before you set off down the row below. So there's your first stitches. Right, the top of the stitch tends to be on the right hand side of the post. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So keep doing that all the way around. So here we are at the end of the third round, and I'm going to do a slip stitch into the top of the 3 chain. And the next round is very similar, except instead of 6 stitches, now we've got the extra ones, so it's going to be 8 across here. So you start off again with a 3 chain, and we're going to do 1 into each of these stitches. There's 8 across there. There we go. And then when you get to the corner space, it's the same as the last row, 1 treble, 2 chain, 1 treble. So I think you know what you're doing now. So here we are, and I've joined the last of that again, and we can fasten off now because we're going to be using the sky blue in the next round. And we can join the sky blue to any of these corner spaces. So let's try this one over here, and through the work, and then hook your slip stitch over there. Now we're going to be doing double crochet here, and so I'm just going to do another chain there, and then I'm going to do a double crochet into each of these stitches along the edge. And of course there were 6, then there were 8, and now there are 10. So you keep going all the way along the side. Then it looks like this. And when you get to the corner space, you do another double, and then 2 chain, and another double, and then you start off down the row again, and you start off doing your 10 doubles down the next side, and you keep doing that all the way around. And here at the end, I've done 2 chain, and I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the first 2 chain that you did. And there we are. That's the end of hexagon number 9, the blue ring. There it is, done.